doing? How y'all doing? Waiting for Facebook to load up. It should be starting shortly. It's starting now. So hey, y'all. I hope y'all doing well. This your girl Tonetta, your life coach, your relationship coach, here to of course help you fix your life and your relationships. Just to let you know, I'll be looking here for Facebook and of course here for Instagram, just in case you see me looking back and forth. But welcome to Workshop Sunday. I want to say thank you all for being here. And like I said, this whole month of December, we're going to be talking about how to bring peace into your relationship. So like I said, that's what this video is about as well. Another way that you can bring peace into your relationship. Again, I'm Tonetta Clay, your relationship and life coach, here to help you fix your life and your relationships. So let's go ahead and get into this video, y'all. This video is all about the language that we use when we're with our partner or not with our partner, making sure that we're of course not tearing our partner down, throwing those curse words, howling, yelling, nagging, all this kind of stuff. But we have to build up our partners, y'all. That's what this video is all about. So, ladies, I'm speaking to y'all still. But like I said, definitely we have to learn how to, like I said, definitely build our partner up instead of turning them down, y'all. I know I used to do this in the past, howling, yelling. I was all angry, upset, and all this kind of stuff, and did not know how to communicate with my partner. And I'm constantly going off and cursing, and I was getting the same thing back. Because, like I told y'all in one of those other videos, that I had the tomboy tendencies, that kind of thing, back when I was growing up as a teenager. So of course I was acting like the males that I was around. So that was the same thing that they were doing too. And like I said, when I got married, I was young, like 21, 22. And like I said, definitely getting that same thing back, all the howling, the yelling, the same thing I was giving out. Like I said, it just did not feel good. And like I said, over the years, as I went through that marriage, then divorce, went through another long-term relationship, of course, then a breakup as well. And of course, I'm in another relationship. And like I said, I'm seeing how my communication, of course, has changed. Yes, it had to change in order for me to, of course, have a happy and healthy relationship that I knew that I wanted. I guess I put it that way, because I knew that just by howling, yelling, cursing, doing all these crazy things, I'm getting the same thing back in return. Nobody can live in a relationship like that. That's just toxic. Toxicity, whichever word you want to use, is just not a good relationship at all. And like I said, I had to learn how to be calmer when I, of course, address my partner. Learn in order for me to be the, like I said, be the peace that I wanted to see and wanted to approach my partner with. I had to figure out how I could become that. I had to become that. I had to learn how to work on my anger. I had to, excuse me, I had to learn how to work on my triggers. I had to learn how to go on a healing journey to heal some of the traumas and the dramas and that kind of thing that was going on in my life. Give me a second, y'all. I have a tickle in my throat. But like I said, I had to learn all those things in order for me to be that in a relationship. Like I said, back then, I didn't know how to be that. I knew that there was a such thing because I saw it on TV. I saw the couples, even though it was sometimes, of course, we look at TV as fantasy and that kind of thing, but I saw it on TV. So I knew somewhere along the lines, it could, of course, be possible. But I had to make that possible myself. It had to all start with me. And ladies, I'm telling y'all the same thing. It has to all start with you. I know I'm not the only woman that I've seen. I've seen women at the grocery store. I've seen women at parties. I've seen women were at the mall, different places, out in the parking lot, going off on that man, cursing, oh, fuck you, hollering, yelling, bitch this, and all this kind of stuff, hitting folks and all this kind of stuff going on. Like I said, that's not appropriate at all. If you're looking to have a peaceful relationship, like I said, you have to bring that peace into your relationship. Like I said last week, we have a lot of power within the relationship. And in order for us to, of course, create change and that kind of thing, it has to start with us, whether that's with our man or with our kids, and our both. Like I said, I know sometimes have a tendency, we want the house a certain way or the dishes a certain way. I don't know, the trash taken on a certain time, certain day, that kind of thing. We have to just, of course, let our partner know, set the trash outside or wherever y'all want to set it at, or put the bag next to the trash can in order for him to go ahead and pick it up and take it on out. It should not be that hard to have to holler, yell, which I've done that many a times. Hollering, yelling, cursing, oh, you didn't get the trash, it's been there sitting there for days. I had to go ahead and do it myself. In past relationships, I was sick and tired, of course, of the stinky smell in the house. And then, of course, the constantly going on and on about him getting the trash out, and he never did. Like I said, that was definitely in the past. But like I said, I had to figure that out, how to change those things moving forward. Because I knew that once, of course, I left that marriage and that other relationship, that I could not go down that same path again. And that's what I'm telling you, ladies. You have to make a choice, make a decision that you're going to be the peace for your man, for your kids, and for your household. It all starts with you. Like I said, there's no reason why we have to keep throwing, being rude and having an attitude and having all these insults. If that's all your life is, I guess, if that's all that you have in your vocabulary, like I said, you definitely have to either go on a healing journey, try to heal some of the traumas, figure out what's causing it. You have to do something, ladies. And it could be you're with the wrong person as well. I was with two of those, a few more in the past that was short term, but still, I was with two of those long term in the wrong kind of relationship with the wrong person. Sometimes that is the case. I don't care who tells you that, oh, you can always fix everything in relationships. Some things you can fix, but sometimes you are with the wrong person. Just know that. But like I said, there's no reason why you have to be so angry and howling and yelling and cursing and all this kind of stuff unless you have not worked on yourself first. Like I said last week as well, we have to start working on ourselves first in order to be that peace. Be the peace that you want to see in your relationship. We have to do that. Like I said, we control a lot of things inside the relationship, and a lot of things can, of course, go a totally different way if we learn how to be the peace. Instead of turning our man down and he ain't shit and all this kind of stuff. Like I said, if you're with the wrong person, that's constantly your actual communication, then you're with the wrong person. Find somebody else to be with that you don't have to talk to like that. There's a reason why you're talking to this person like that. There was a reason why I was talking to the person like that in the past too. Actually, both of them. We both had the same communication styles back and forth. So like I said, you have to deal with your ish first and figure out why you're talking to this man that way. Was it something that he did or something that he promised that he didn't do? The trust is gone. He's cheated. What is it? You have to figure out what that is first, of course, too. And then work on yourself as well, how you can respond differently in situations moving forward. And if you cannot respond differently in situations moving forward, you need to either be by yourself for a while and figure yourself out first and find somebody else. There's no other way around that. Because if you cannot respect who you're with, there's no point of being with that person. All you all are going to do is cause all this trauma, drama, toxicity, all this stuff going on to hurt each other back and forth. I've done that, so I know how that feels. Like I said, at some point, ladies, we have to get smarter on how we're approaching our relationship and our partner as well. I know some of y'all may not want to hear this, and that's okay. But like I said, we definitely have to get smarter with that. There's no reasons why we should have to be, which I was in a relationship like that as well. But I'm telling you, after all these years, I have learned there's no reason why I should have to be in a relationship like that at all, where I could not talk to my partner with respect. If I had no respect going in, of course, you can always try to gain the respect, yes. But of course, over time, and things keep going south and going south, there's no way that you can gain the respect for a person. Sometimes you have to leave that situation in order to either gain the respect and work on yourself, or just find somebody else, period, and still work on yourself. Like I said, we hold the power to, of course, tear our mans down or build him up. And I'm telling y'all, ladies, we have got to start building our men up. How do you expect to get anything out of the relationship if you're not building your man up? And I'm not speaking to the men in this video, but of course, men, you can definitely listen. I'm definitely fine with that. Definitely comment down below if you have something to, of course, any comments or response or anything you want to add to it. Definitely put that in the comments down below. So I'm just talking to the ladies, but like I said, ladies, definitely we have to learn how to approach our man with a better attitude. If you're having an attitude because something happened at work or one of your girlfriends and said something out the way and y'all got into an argument, try to make sure you come to peace before you get home with that. Because I've learned that coming home with a chaotic mind and chaotic attitude, bad attitude, not get stressed out, all this kind of stuff is only going to create more stress inside that household and with your partner as well. If that man isn't already stressed, the same as you come home from work too, or business or whatever he's doing. But like I said, we definitely have to be our man's peace. And like I said, for this whole month of December, this is what I'm going to be talking about, things to help bring our relationships peace. And like I said, this will help with your man, with your partner, and it'll also help with your children if you have children at home as well. To bring your children peace, they're going through a lot too. I'm not saying that you're not going through a lot, but we have to learn how to deal with our ish, like I said, instead of bringing those things home to our household. Those things will tear your household apart. I'm a social worker, been a social worker over 20 plus years. I know how it is to come home upset, had a bad case, had a bad court hearing, all this stuff is going on, and you're taking this stuff out, going off on your man or howling and yelling at the kids or whoever's in the house. That is not good, ladies, at all. We have to learn, like I said, to be the peace that we want to see. Yes, it's not easy to do, but you can, of course, I've done it. You can, of course, do it. I have faith that you can do it as well. You just have to want to do those things. You have to want to do those things. Otherwise, no, it's not going to work. I can tell you that already. No, it's not going to work. If you're not willing to, of course, adjust what you do, learn how to, of course, become your own peace, learn how to have your self-care, learn how to, of course, decrease your stress. Help all the others inside the household as well. Everybody's looking at you for, I guess, to cook, clean, to do all these things inside the household, to go to work, to come back, to help with the homework, to do all these things the same as the dad. They're looking at you too to do those things. And if you're stressed and you're not wanting to be bothered, those kids can pick up on those things. The same as your partner, he picks up on those things too. No one wants to come home to a bad attitude and a bad relationship every single day. Trust me, the relationship I just got out of, that's exactly how it was. Me walking on eggshells, trying to keep the peace and all this kind of stuff, because he always had a bad ass attitude about everything. And like I said, I had to get smart with myself to figure out that was his attitude, but learning how I can respond differently to that attitude and learn how I can let it go and keep on doing what I need to do in order to function. I couldn't sit there and listen to his attitude and all this kind of stuff every single day. I had to start working on myself, like I said, so I can continue to function doing what I needed to do for myself to make sure I was okay. At that point, it wasn't about him, it was about me. He could have the attitude, have all these things, but if he want to run himself ragged, that's really on him. But like I said, I had to learn what was the triggers for me and how I can resolve those triggers as best as I could in order for me to function, to go to work, to pay my bills, to make sure I take care of myself, make sure my blood pressure wasn't too high, all this kind of stuff going on. Or I didn't have a stress headache already at work, come home and have another one. Like I said, I had to work on those things. We have to be what we want to see, ladies. And like I said, this video is all about coming home, not just coming home, but giving your man, giving your household a household of peace. Excuse me, not just demanding all the time, nagging, complaining, howling, yelling, cursing, going off, disrespecting, insulting, having an attitude, bringing peace to the household. Like I said, I can't tell you how many women I've ran into, talked to, family, friends, environment I was in that was doing the exact things I'm telling y'all not to do. Howling, yelling, cursing, the same things I was doing. And I see how it created chaos and chaos and toxicity in the relationship. It wasn't just from my end, it was from his end as well. But I saw how it created the toxicity. And I saw what I can, of course, do different. That's why I'm trying my best to do different things in this relationship that I have now and not carry that same toxic trait on to the next relationship, all that kind of stuff. At some point, we have to change our patterns, ladies. We can always do that. It takes a decision to even want to do that. That's all it takes. A decision, and then you start working on trying to cut your attitude down just day by day, slowly by slowly. That's all you have to do. I think it was Dr. Seuss, inch by inch is a cinch, or something like that. It is inch by inch is a cinch. Take it day by day. That's how things change in your life. Take it day by day and realize when you're about to be triggered and when you're about to holler and yell and just try to stop yourself. That's all you have to do. And you can still work on yourself and journal and do all those things to figure out why you're doing all those kind of things. You can still do those things too. But like I said, you have to start somewhere. You can't just keep running ragged, and everything is just going to haywire. You have to figure out what's going to be happening and what you're going to have to do in order to change this relationship, ladies. And like I said, it all starts with us. We have a lot of power, a lot of things that we can do different inside the relationship to a choice, make it different, to have a different trajectory for our partners and, of course, for our kids as well. I'm a social worker. I have seen all of this, not just in my personal life, but in my work life as well. Over the 24 years, I think, 24, 25 years I've been a social worker. All these things work if you want to work it. It doesn't take a lot to do. You just have to want to do it. If you're feeling that low and that bad about yourself, that you cannot respect another human being, or you cannot cheat on another human being, or you cannot be loyal to, I guess, to your partner, you cannot be trustful of your partner or anything like that, you have to work on yourself before you get into another relationship. Even if you have to end the one you're in now to work on yourself, then do that. Unless your partner's going to give you a break to go ahead and do that so that you can focus on yourself. Then y'all come back together and try to make things work. We have to make sure we change things, ladies. We can do that. Everything works off of us. So like I said, this is a workshop Sunday. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Again, this is Tonetta Clay, your relationship coach, relationship and life coach, to help you fix your life and your relationship. And like I said, definitely, if you want to work with me, make sure that you're clicking the link in the description of the video or Instagram and the link in the bio. Working with me, one-on-one coaching is what I mean, to help work through some of these issues that you're having inside your relationship, that you're trying to figure out how to cut down on the cursing, hollering, yelling, that kind of thing. Some folks need help with that. If you need help, make sure that you're contacting me. Don't sit back and just let your relationship fall and go to the wayside when you could have gotten help. And if you don't want the help from me, find somebody else to get the help from. So I know I'm not for everybody either. And I do also want to say, with that link in the bio, there's something called the Unpacking the Baggage questions that will help you all in your relationships as well. If you're having issues just like this, when it comes to the disrespect and all those kind of things, if you're having issues of the not having trust in your relationship, all those kind of things, or if you're having issues of you're the one who has the trauma that's coming out and all your behaviors, and that's why you got the attitude, and that's why you're constantly nagging and just constantly talking down to your man. Pick up those questions. It's free. Pick it up and go ahead and start working on yourself first. Then you can bring those questions to your relationship. But like I said, there's no reason why we have to have chaotic and traumatic, toxicity-filled relationships when there's help out here, y'all. Again, make sure that y'all picking those things up. Click the link in the description on Facebook and, of course, on Instagram in the bio. Like I said, again, this is your girl, Tonetta, your relationship and life coach, here to, of course, bring you another workshop Sunday. And I know some women, of course, are like, oh, this is stupid. We shouldn't have to do that. He should have to do the same thing. I'm not saying that he shouldn't. But I'm just telling you that in order for the peace to come, it's going to have to start with somebody in that relationship. And that somebody, usually the woman, usually has a lot of, like I said, power and influence in their whole entire relationship. You may not notice that now, but you definitely do. And like I said, you definitely have to start working on those things. You have to start. It starts with you first. Be the peace that you want to see. Again, like I said, if you want to work with me, make sure that you're clicking the link in the description or on the link in the bio. Again, this is your girl, Tonetta, helping you fix your life and your relationships. Take care, y'all, and I'll see y'all next Sunday in the next Sunday workshop video. Take care and have a good one, y'all. And if y'all have any questions or have any comments, make sure that y'all put them down below. And if you don't want to, make sure that you DM me and let me know what's going on. Take care, y'all, and have a good one.